Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. So, for today's episode on Darkfire Heroes, I am going to be explaining my gaming strategy and how I start games and perform at a fairly constant pace till the end of the game. But before I get into that, I'd like to ask you all to please leave a like or comment on my video and consider subscribing to my channel. Your support always helps the channel and helps it grow from strength to strength. So if you are interested, please do hit that like and subscribe. Okay, so let's look at the various aspects of how I start this game. Since this is a simple action RPG mobile game, and I call it simple for one reason: the strategies required aren't too complex, and you can play them within a considerable range of strategies, but they all play basically into one category when it comes to play. Okay, so the first thing to discuss is hero selection for your starting. Now, when you start a game like this, you have to first consider your heroes. And when you're starting with heroes, you don't know what they're capable of, and you can't just go and expand all of your heroes to maximum levels so that you can test them out in combat. So there are two things that I do to ensure that I don't ever get caught with a problem where I don't have enough cash to move forward or progress is impossible for me. Number one, I spend as little as possible on unnecessary expenses. So for example, you earn gold on each chest here. It isn't that huge. It does look huge in the start, but if you overexpand, you'll never be able to expand past the preliminary stages of the game. So I select my first 5. I will go with them up to level 5 and I will see whether their performance is lacking or whether I can improve it over time as I keep going. So I'll go with them, I'll play with them, I'll see where I can go. Now as you can see, I've done this here by level on the sort by, and you can see the first 5 who I have chosen. They are the ones who I use the most when it comes to combat. It's a simple thing that I'm actually doing. I've improved them to this level so that I can use them to progress further in the game. They aren't my do-all end-all in the game. I could change my tank at any time if I find a better tank at a later point. Now, let me explain how you do this. You progress with all of your characters at different rates, so please note that there are things which are very difficult to do in the game, even if you do try my strategy. So starting off with phase 1 in the plan, you go and you expand your heroes up to level 5. Once you reach level 5, you can start pulling other heroes up to level 5 slowly. It doesn't cost that much to pull them to level 5, but be careful about who you pull to level 5. Remember, you already have your primary team who are at level 5. If they are performing well, you don't need to change them as yet, so you keep playing with them and you keep leveling them up till you reach level 10. Once you reach level 10, you go back down into your levels and you look for epic and rare champions. Now all you've got to do is change your sort by to rarity, and epic will be the first ones that you see. You then start trying out your epic champions and pull them up to levels past level 5. If they do supersede the strength of any of your champions who are in your primary slots, you can always pull them down. So say for example, here's a epic champion. Asachi is one of the epic champions that I have. Say for example, I decided I wanted a little bit more damage, so I decided I'm going to replace Nani with Asachi. Now replacing them in this way will allow me to actually progress a little bit faster if she is more powerful. But if she is weaker than Nene and she doesn't form in the same progression purpose, there's no use in me changing those two. I lose the advantage of Nene and only put in another champion who can do a single type of damage. Let's say for example I decide to swap her with Cameron because let's say for example they have the same tactic. She isn't at level 5, so I haven't yet tested her. That is beyond the point of what I'm about to explain. So we'll take Cameron, we'll take Asachi, and we'll match them up in terms of capability. Since they're both assault players, I'll play the assault as much as I can in every battle that I play and see where I end up. If I can actually win with Asachi, even though she is lower level than Cameron, I will swap them out. More power in my primary slot till I go up to a higher level. and as she slowly climbs, it's going to bring up my level in the game. And that is the whole idea about bringing up your skill, and that's how you do it over time for these type of games. Now, this isn't a very simple strategy. I believe that the cutoff level right now is level 25, and I'm not 100% sure. It might be level 100 for all I know. I haven't yet reached anything close to cutoff level. I haven't even broke level 10 with my first hero. So that's just a show of how far behind I am compared to some of the others. Now, I am doing this game free to play. Free to play is the way that I choose to test out games because it gives you the most amount of information on what you are trying out. Okay, now moving past our first option, and that is our heroes, the second thing that strengthens your ability to move forward is going to be your spells. Now, spells are a major part of your gameplay, and if you don't have the right spells, it can mean disaster for you in game. So let's go through this in a very careful manner. I advance every spell I get. Spells can make the difference between a hero like Otto living for a second in a match or Otto defeating a boss in a match, right? That's exactly what you can do with just one skill. Okay, and that is the reality of these spells. They're basically special skills that you apply over and above everything. The assault skills can help you get an edge in combat, and they can help you advance at a little bit of a faster rate than you would normally. As you can see, I have 6 that are fully leveled, and I have some that are at the bottom. Some of my spells are epic, some of them are rare, and some of them are just unbelievably powerful. I've tested almost all the spells out at one time or the other. The only spell I think I haven't tested is Rage, because I just earned it a few hours ago. Rage is actually supposed to enhance the speed of your champions, there's it. Buff all heroes in the area with the Enrage buff, increasing damage and attack speed for a short amount of time. Now, as you can see, it currently has 4.4 seconds. Now, I don't have the ability to use it as yet because it's not powerful enough for me to count on. And also there's Ice Blast. Ice Blast is also rare. As you can see, pushes enemies back in a line. Enemies hit by the blast take damage and are frozen for a short time. So it has a twofold ability. You can use it in PvP combat to a real massive advantage. Especially in castle runs, hitting someone with this in the front line pushes the line back, and it will allow you to advance into the enemy while you're getting other advantages with it. It's basically freeze plus fireball, it's just that it's an ice ball instead of a fireball. Okay, now as you can see, there are 16 uncollected spells that I have. With the full repertoire of all of these spells, 16 plus the 10 that I have here, that's 26. With all 26 spells, the abilities you can perform will outshine any of your champions. Pull up your spells first and then pull your champions to them. Using your spells can give you that slight edge in every battle, and then as you start to master each of your champions and how they sequence together, you can have even better plays for the front line. And this will help you when you try to take on dungeons. This will help you to advance in higher level campaigns. It will also allow you to go to hard mode and start completing hard missions so that you earn higher and higher rewards as you attempt to reach the pinnacle of all power within the game. Okay, so that's just my breakdown on heroes and spells. Now it's time for a little bit more of the heavier components in the game. Alright, now let's get on to the heavier components of the game. And the heavier components is this home screen over here. As you can tell, this is where you choose what you are going to do. Enter the final fight for the South. As you can see, this is an event coming up soon. It is going to be something fantastic. I'm hoping I might actually be featuring it in the next video, or I might actually feature another video before it showing off one or two other things that you have to do on a frequent basis. Now, as you can see, you have campaign, arena, expedition, quests, and eternal dungeons. These make up everything that you must do in the game on a daily basis. Arena is so important for you to progress through because without that arena, you will not make it to the end of the game. There's also equipment, but I haven't yet mastered equipment and I still don't know the differences of equipment. So until I have a bigger sample size to look through, I'm not going to interfere with equipment or try to scrap any of them until I have a good idea on what I'm doing. Okay, campaign is something you're going to do every single day. You're going to progress 1 or 2 levels with your heroes as you get that slight edge with each of them. Each level brings you closer to getting to another level. Every piece of gear that you upgrade pulls up that power by a little bit more. Each spell enhancement gives you that little bit of an edge that you need to clear something else. Now, elemental dungeons, you need to complete those first 5 levels every single day so that you can get all of your power ready to rank up one of your heroes. So as you rank up those heroes' abilities, you will be able to progress further and further into the game. Expeditions give you free chests all the time. So if you keep locking into those quick and easy expeditions while you're awake and while you have time to do them, say for example, it's your work day, you know you're not going to have a very busy day, you just come in every 2 hours and you unlock a 2-hour chest. That's going to progress you quite quickly because you're going to get a lot of gold and a lot of cards to unlock champions, or a lot of shards for your upgrade of equipment. And all of this is going to pull you forward just by the little bit to get you to the next level. Once all of this is done, you will be able to progress further into the game, doing even bigger things and moving on hopefully to higher level objectives within the game. Okay. So that is the basics of what I have to talk about when starting off Darkfire Heroes. In the next video, I will be showing you how to play a campaign match and how to play in the Eternal Dungeon. Now I have completed up to the levels where I'm going in, so you will be seeing pre-done matches. Hopefully as well, the battle for South Marsh has already started by the time I do this video. Catch you all in the next one. Have a good day.